welcome back to Cranking Out Crafts, and in today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to use a Dremel 200 to drill into some shells. So the Dremel 200, we sell these at our bead stores, and the collet that comes with the drill will not clamp down onto the shanks of our 10-piece drill bit set. So this is a 10-piece diamond encrusted drill bit set that we sell again at the bead shops, and it's a 2.35 millimeter shank, so it's pretty thin. So we need to change out the collet by pressing down this little button. It's going to catch. There we go. And we're going to remove the collet and the nut, and we're going to replace it with this adapter chuck that we of course also sell, and this will clamp down onto my drill bit with no problem. Make sure it's nice and tight. Release the button and just pull on it just to make sure it's secure. Now I like to use the one with this little ball on the end, mainly because when this is on, and if my hand should slip and hit my finger, it's not going to pierce or break the skin. I am super paranoid about cutting open my fingers when I'm drilling these shells because you don't know what's in there. So we have a variety of different shells to work with, and it's pretty easy to do. So cowrie shells like these have relatively thin walls, so you can get through that pretty fast. The Hebrew cones, any kind of cone shell is pretty thick, so that's going to be a little bit more difficult. Now, one of the other things you want to do is when you're drilling into a shell, the area that you're going to be drilling into needs to be covered by water. Part of this is to help lubricate the drill bit and make sure you don't wear down the diamond encrusted magic on these bits. You also don't want to get powder that occurs when you're drilling into the shell to become airborne. If you breathe this stuff in, you're going to have a whole bunch of health problems. So I just put it in a little container like this, and the area that I'm going to be drilling, covered by water. And all I do is just hold it with my fingers. It's that easy. So this comes on to 2 different speeds, low and high. The low is sufficient for me. Now, one of the things about doing something like this is to get a comfortable position. And I'm already through. So we have the hole right there. Sometimes shells will have different layers of color, especially with the cowries. So once you start to see bubbles coming out of the water, you know you've broken through the wall. Then take your shell out, hold it up to the light to see the size of the hole. And if you need to increase it some more, just continue drilling. If not, stop and move on to the next shell. Now, I also want to just show you, to prove my point, that this will not break through my skin while it's on. So I'm pressing it right up against my finger, and as you can see, I'm perfectly safe. So as you can see just how easy it was. You don't need a whole big workspace. Another thing I want to talk about is when you are drilling, don't press down really hard. Try to hold it in position. Try to find a comfortable position for your arm so that you can hold it steady.